They're so helpful. Here's another double top. And this is multiple double tops on a daily chart. So we got this first one up here. Price comes lower, creates another double top. Price actually broke above higher here. So indicating it actually wants to go higher. What happened directly after though? And this candle didn't even close up here. It closed underneath this area. That's not a very bullish sign. You want to see price break above an area and close. Like you want to have the candle, you wanted to have this candle look like this candle. That would have been a very bullish sign, like, oh, price is probably going lower. It didn't though. In this case, price broke above and went underneath. And then directly after, it created a bear bar. And what do you do when you see a double top and price doesn't want to break above it? You can short it, right? And the odds work in your favor when you're shorting underneath a bear bar. This would have been the bear bar to short underneath. You're shorting underneath that, risking off this high, right? I mean, you could try to take it down to this point right here, this low, and you easily would have been executed. Easily would have been executed. You could have taken it lower. Like, you see how big of a move this is? This is from, I mean, this is also a fairly long time. Like, this is from the beginning of October to the middle to end of December. So, over 2.5 months. But you see how much price moved in 2.5 months? Like, if you had that initial entry point, you would not have even had to touch it. You wouldn't have even had to touch it. Let's just say that you just wanted to try to take price down here as your first initial, like, trade. Would have been executed. Boom. Would have been a great trade. Then price comes up, makes this high, but this high is underneath here. So this is a lower high, right? This is a lower high from these highs up here. Price comes lower, and it created a bottom at this area, right? Even though we made this high, come lower, what is this? A double bottom. Comes up higher. What is this now? A double top. After this double top, right? There is more bearish momentum, or there is more bearish signs in this, at least in the context of this chart, because you don't know what happened to the left over here. But at least in the context of this chart, there is more signs showing you price wants to go lower than signs showing you that price wants to go higher, right? Even if you were to try to draw a trend line, like this is a downtrend. This is going down. This is pretty flat. Like from this low, like this is pretty flat. This is angled down. That is angled down like this. So once again, after this first initial trade, right, we have this high, comes lower, price comes up. We cannot break above this previous high, indicating this is a double top. What do you do after a double top? You short, and you short underneath a bear bar. This would have been a weird bear bar to short under because it's literally in the middle of this zone from this low to this high. Like it's literally in the middle of it. So, you know, it's up in the air what you want to do. You could do whatever you want to do. But if you short underneath that, you would have made a lot of money. If you try to take it underneath this or to that low, would have worked out. Honestly, you would have never been down on this day. Had you shorted underneath here, you really never would have been down. Except for this one day, maybe 2 days. But outside of that, never would have really been down. So you got to wait for the double tops. Always wait for the double tops. Here's an example of a triple top. And this is on the 5-minute chart. You got the first top up here, right? Come down, make another top. This is now the double top. Come down, try to break the double top. What happens? You don't break it because you get this high. You get a higher high right here, but this is a lower high because this high is lower than this high, right? This high was higher than this, but now that we're at this point of the chart and we're breaking lower because this is a bear bar, so this is rejection off of this area. So this is resistance. This zone, this 42,444, this is a resistance zone. You can use this resistance zone as an entry point. So you can short underneath a bear bar because there's a triple top. That would be your entry point. And you can see that after this entry point, after your entry point right here, after this bear candle, I mean, price was moving for the rest of the day down, right? Like this was about 42,410, this area right here, if you would have entered right there. And you can see how we're at 42,180 right here. So that's multiple hundreds of points down for the rest of the day that you could have taken, and you could have had a perfect entry right underneath here. Here's another triple top on a 5-minute chart. So we got this first high right here, come lower, come higher. We top out relatively around the same area, around that 42,192, right? We end up coming lower again, end up coming higher to once again make another lower high. This was the first lower high because this high was lower than this high, right? And this is the second lower high because this high is lower than this high, right? So there is resistance in this area. Price does not want to break above this 42,192 area. It does not. It's having trouble, right? So that's indicating price wants to go lower. What do you do when you see a triple top or a double top? If you see a bear candle after the top has been created, you can use that as an entry point for a short. In this case, had you shorted underneath this, you would have been risking above here. This is around, we'll say this is around 42,130, and this, we're going to round it up and say is 42,200. So that's around a 70-point risk that you would have been risking. If you wanted to do a 1-to-2 risk-reward ratio, then you would have had to make around 140 points. 140 points from this area right here would be around what? 41,990. Where's 41,990? Boom skis right here, right in this area. So it would have taken you, if this was your entry point right here, it would have taken you 1, 2, 3, 4 candles. And these are 5-minute candles. So it would have taken you 20 minutes to execute on this trade, to have a good trade. 20 minutes. After waiting. Like, you just got to wait for these opportunities. You don't know when they're going to happen. You never know when they're going to happen. But once price hits these zones, then you can begin to execute. You could have executed on this as well. Like this initial double top, you could have executed on that. You could have shorted underneath one of these candles. I mean, this was an inside candle, right? So you could have shorted underneath there. It's a bull candle, so you would have been breaking the rule, but you could have done it. And had you done that, you would have had a significant profit. But yes, this is another example of a triple top on a 5-minute chart. So this is a triple top on a daily chart. We got this first top right here. Price comes lower. Price breaks that first high, right? So this is actually a higher high than this high. But what happened ultimately? Price did not close in this area. Price closed way the hell down here. And this is a daily candle, remember. So price at one point during the day was way up here, ended up closing way down here. So this is a very bearish candle, a very bearish candle. So what do you do after you see a bear candle and you see a double top? You short, right? You short. You can short underneath here, risking off of the top, and you would have been executed. If it would have been a 1-to-2 risk-reward ratio, you would have won that trade for sure. And you can even see coming down here, what occurs? A double bottom, right? A double bottom occurred. What happened after the double bottom? Price comes up higher to create another top. Yes, this price level did break here. Yes, this is a higher high. But what occurred after the break of this area? Instant rejection. Right? Instant rejection. Meaning there is not a lot of buyers in this area. There is not a lot of buy momentum in this area. Price wants to go lower. How do you make money when price is going lower? You short, right? Where do you short? Underneath a bear bar. So you can short underneath here, or regardless of where you want to short, you just short underneath a bear bar. So in this case, let's say you entered right here in this area right here, which is around 39,800, and you're risking around to 40,100. So that's a 300-point range. For you to have a 1-to-2 risk-reward ratio, you'd have to make around 600 points. So you'd have to take price from 39,800 to around 39,200. When did that occur? Right here. Boom. Would have taken you 2 days. Would have taken you 2 days to execute the trade. But it would have worked, right? It would have worked out in your favor in this case. And it all came after the triple top, right? And even in this case, if you would have bought above this bull bar from this double bottom, you would have never been executed out. If your stop loss is down here and you bought above here because of this double bottom, you know, this was a bottom right here and this is a double bottom. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you wait for bottoms and tops, you have that much better of a chance of finding a great entry. And you also see that right here, this was actually an outside candle. So what do you want to do with outside candles? You want to react to them. You can place a short underneath here or a buy above here. Or you can just wait for the next candle to close and react off of that candle. In this case, the candle that occurred after this outside candle happened to be an inside candle, right? And that's definitely an entry point area. Like, that's definitely a potential entry point, because an inside candle is showing you breakout mode / blast off mode is occurring. You need to figure out which way you want to trade. If you wanted to short, you would have had to break one of your rules once again, because this is a bear bar or this is a bull bar. So had you entered underneath here, you would have been breaking the selling underneath a bear bar rule. So, you know, that would have been a broken rule. But you could have just waited until this bear bar, and you could have shorted underneath this bear bar, risking off this high. Yes, that is more of a risk, but you still could have done a 1-to-2 risk reward ratio on this. You still could have risked from this point to here times 2, which would be around here. Still would have got it done, right? So this is what I'm saying. So this is the important thing to remember. Regardless whether it's a bottom or whether it's a top, if you see some sort of support, or resistance, and price reacts to that support or that resistance multiple times, you have a potential entry area, right? But if you're in the zone, if you're in the middle of the zone, right, you're not by the bottom or the top, you're in the middle. You see how much fuckery is happening right here? You see how much like uncertainty is just you have no idea, bro. You have no idea. You can use candlestick patterns to try to figure out what's going to happen, but like, it's hard. Like, you could have bought above here. You could have bought above here because this is an inside candle. You could have bought above here because this is an inside candle. And you're risking off here. And that would have been a profitable trade. You still could have done that. But how much better of a trade is this? How much better of buying above this outside candle after a double bottom? How much better of a trade is that if you're trying to take it all the way up there? Way better. Way better. You know, I'm telling you, bro, way better. And that was the case of a double bottom, like using bottoms as a potential entry point. If you're using tops as a potential entry point, this is an outside candle. What do you do after outside candles? You enter. You try to enter. In this case, you would have entered right here under shorting underneath this bear candle, and you would have made money. I'm telling you, when you combine finding a top or a bottom, along with the candlestick patterns of inside candles or outside candles, or even better, double inside candles, I'm telling you, you have that much more of a potential to have a winning trade when you wait for scenarios like that. So just remember that. Tops and bottoms, those are the zones you want to pay attention to. Then once you see prices in that zone, wait for a specific candlestick pattern to like show itself. You know, wait for the inside candle or wait for the outside candle. Once those things occur, execute. You know, at that point, it's completely up to you. And you'll get better with being able to identify like, oh, price is at a low right now. It's at a bottom. I'm going to wait for a bull candle to buy. This is your bull candle to buy. Buy above that. Price goes up higher. All right, I see that this is a double top. I want to wait for a bearish candle to sell. Here's your bearish candle. You sell. You know what I mean? It's that simple. It really is that simple. So yes, I know that I can be very long-winded in these videos, but I'm telling you, these are super critical videos to remember and why. Like, I would even watch these over again because these are like the bread and butter. You know how people talk about support and resistance? Bottoms and tops are the support and resistance. So you got to understand those. But when you understand how to trade candlestick patterns at those supports and resistances, man, you're just that much better off. So, you know, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I just hope you guys enjoyed looking at some bottoms and some tops. I got two things to mention real quick. Number one, I am releasing the full course that this video is a part of. The full candlestick price action trading course is on YouTube right now. It's over 18 hours of free trading game. There are so many golden nuggets in this course, you're not even going to believe that it's free. But I believe this information is so valuable and so helpful for everybody. I just want it out there, honestly. I truly feel like everybody has the potential to benefit off this information because if you can read a chart, then you can profit off of it if you know how to read it with the candlesticks. And this information that I'm giving you guys, it can be used to trade on any sort of candlestick chart, right? Whether it's Apple's candlestick chart or Tesla's or gold's candlestick chart or Bitcoin's or XRP's or euro versus the dollar or British pound versus the dollar, other stock markets around the world. It doesn't matter. If there's a candlestick chart, you will have a severe edge in reading it. I truly believe that with dedicated time and practice, anybody can become successful in trading. Anybody, like a grandma can literally do it. It just takes a lot of time and effort to learn how to do it. But understanding candlestick price action will severely help your trading journey. It severely helped my trading journey. I literally learned it, and a month after I learned candlestick trading, I became profitable. I passed my first prop firm account. So that is how impactful this information is. And I'm giving it to you for free. A lot of it. The second thing I want to mention is I am releasing amazing workout programs. As I've told you guys before, I am a certified personal trainer and a certified nutrition coach, but I've also been going to school for personal training. And shout out to my instructor, Paul, because he's given me hella golden nuggets throughout my whole journey in school. Because of that journey, I now have workout programs that can positively benefit everybody. And I mean it, like, let me explain. I have a full body muscle building program, aka a hypertrophy program. I have a fat loss program, so if you want to lose 20 pounds, you get on that program. I've got a core program that'll help you develop a six-pack like this. And I got a booty building program if you're trying to get your Kim K on. And they all incorporate a little bit of cardio because that's also very much needed in everybody's life as well. I'm also providing nutrition guides. I'm also providing recovery guides. And this is just the beginning. It's only going to grow from here. I already know how impactful it's going to be for other people because of how impactful it was for me. Because look at this picture of me from last summer and look at this picture of me from now. This progress was specifically from my muscle building and full body workout program. One of the beauties about working out and being active is it does not matter what age you are. You honestly have to do it. You need to be active. So anybody can work out with these programs. As long as you are medically cleared to work out, these programs have the tremendous potential to positively impact your life. And I'm so serious when I say this. The number one thing that you must always remember throughout both programs, whether it's the trading program or whether it's the workout programs, you must always believe in yourself and your abilities and your ability to achieve any outcome
that you want, okay? Because you absolutely can, but it's going to take time, and you need to understand that it's going to take time. But if you dedicate the time, the effort, and the dedication to doing it, eventually it's going to happen. So don't stop. Do not give up on yourself. I believe in you. You got to believe in you too, okay? And you do it with this, and you do it with this. I believe. I believe. I believe. I want to end this video by letting you know that you are worth it. You are beautiful. You are absolutely everything that you want and need to be. It's already there. You already have it. You just have to realize it. That's really all it is. And always remember, regardless of what you look like, you are beautiful and you are created in God's image. And God is perfect. He doesn't do no wrong. So you are perfect. You just have to realize that perfectness within you. Or another way to say it is, you have to understand the confidence and the power that you have within you. My goal is to awaken that confidence and that power within you, because you truly have the power of the universe within you. You have the power of God within you. You got to understand it, man. You are one with the creator. You are a creator. So let me help you create the life that you want to create. Let's do it together. So go check out infinityian.com. Everything that you need is going to be there. And I hope to see you there. I love you guys. God bless you. And I'll see you guys in the next video.